Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video I'm going to be going through another wolf commission. This is a set of 3, so this is the first one from the set, and it is a dark wolf, so stay tuned. So as usual, I'm starting off with my blank resin cast of a original sculpture that I have sculpted, moulded in silicon and then cast in resin, and then I put a layer of white paint over it just so the paint job that I'm going to put on has something to stick to. So this white paint that I use has a good tooth to it, so that way the paint can actually get in between the teeth and stick to the resin, because resin can be quite slippery. And I'm just using a water-based acrylic paint, and it is by Chromacryl. It's a brand here in Australia, but you can use any sort of acrylic paint that you have. So I'm just painting around the eyes, nose and mouth in that black acrylic paint. So the commissioner actually commissioned 3 dolls from me, 2 wolves and 1 panda. Obviously the panda is pretty self-explanatory, and then also a white wolf and also this darker wolf here. So I was sent some pictures, some reference photos of what they wanted, and then I created the dolls based on that. So what I'm doing here is just painting the iris part, and I'm sort of mixing the colours in the actual eye itself rather than on a palette. I don't know why I did this, I just thought it worked better in my head, but it worked. And once the paint was dry, I can then go in and do the pupils with a dry brush technique, and it's just basically building upon paint layers to create a feathered pupil. So here's what we have so far. And once that's dry, I'll then give it a gloss coat. Moving on to the paws, and again it's the same deal as the paws as the head. It is a resin cast of an original sculpture, so I moulded it again in silicone and cast it in resin. And this is the fur that I'm using. It is a faux fur. It's a really nice brown timber wolf sort of fur. It is on a darker side of a timber wolf, and I like this fur. It's not the best quality fur that I've had, but it's easy to work with and is very flexible when you're doing all sorts of things like furring and stuff like that. The only gripe I have with this fur would be those weird spots. It's very intrusive when you trim the fur and it's just left with these weird blonde spots, but you can see at the end how I fixed that problem. So once I've cut all the shapes out, I then put it together and sew it through a sewing machine, leaving the back end and obviously the neck area and the legs open so I can flip it the right side. And here's what we have once it's been flipped. So it's a bit bushy right now, but it will get a trim and everything, and then those horrid white spots will come back. But you can see how those blonde spots actually give it a good tone to it anyway. So yeah, it is a good fur. And once this is done, I'll then make an armature, and I will attach the resin pieces to the armature, but I will insert the armature into the body itself before I actually attach the parts. That way it's a lot easier, and it doesn't get in the way of the legs or anything. So sewing all the ends up using a ladder stitch, and then once it's sewn, I will then make sure it is the right way around. And then I attach the fur piece to the resin using a tacky fabric glue. And then I'll go ahead and fur the face and everything, give it a trim. And you can see how now I was talking about those blonde pieces. It's kind of annoying, but things happen, and if you want a good tone in fur, then usually they are woven like this. But easy way to fix the blonde things is just to shade it in using a fabric paint that is a similar colour to the fur itself. And I'm using a fabric dye, it's actually a fabric paint by Jacquard, so it's the same paints that I use for all of the eyes, all that metallic paint. So they do fabric paints as well, and they're really good quality. They are a little bit more expensive, but they are really good quality and definitely worth the price. I probably wouldn't buy any other paint rather than that. And for the Aussies that are watching, I get it from Melbourne Artist Supplies in Melbourne. It's in the city itself, and it's got a good selection of paints. And you can also get it at Eckersley's as well, but they are a little bit overpriced. And again, you can always find things online, so it's probably your best bet. And I do plan on doing some more tutorials and like tips videos about faux fur dyeing and stuff like that as well, so keep an eye out for that. And here's what it looks like all finished. What do you guys think? You can see how those spots blended in nicely on the face too. Alright guys, that's it from me today. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. If you have any requests, you can leave it in the comments down below. You can also check me out on Instagram and Facebook at Creatures of Nat, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!